Good afternoon, Franklin Township. This is PJ Parker from the Franklin Reporter and Advocate, and we are here today at Millstone Service Center, which many of you may remember as Millstone Getty, the service center and fuel station on, what is this? This is Emma Road in Hillsborough Township on the borderline of Millstone and Hillsborough. And the reason we are here today, the new family who has now been in charge of this new location, Tom Hamlin, his wife Suzanne Hamlin, Samantha Hamlin, and their sister Megan Hamlin, all of them involved in this business. It's definitely totally family owned, and their family sentiment is evident. Samantha has taken it upon herself to honor two families who went through a tragic loss on Friday night. We're speaking about families in the South Bound Brook Franklin border whose homes went up in flames. This was hours of flames and smoke, and firefighters from 10 different fire companies, 5 from Franklin and the surrounding areas as well, battling what was not a horrific blaze, but there was smoke and so much damage to the homes. One young lady in the community managed to get the children out and one 3-legged little puppy. No one was hurt, but the homes have been destroyed. What we are here today to do, and this is Samantha Hamlin's idea, was to create a donation for these two families. We know that there are adults, we know that there are children, we know that there are pets, and the list is growing. But I'd like Samantha to tell you what these families need right now, and we will be doing updates as to what the rest of the story may be as far as need is concerned. Samantha, this was such an amazing thing that you decided to do. You live in that area, right?
Yes, I live right around the corner from them.
And did you know the families?
I've seen them, maybe said hi to them a couple times, but I didn't really know too much about them.
So just out of the goodness of your heart, because you're a nice girl. Well, you're not a girl anymore. But this is just such a loving thing for you to do, to be that concerned about your fellow neighbors. And Samantha has created a temporary list because we don't know as the needs roll on exactly what this family is in desperate need of. Right now, they do have shelter, so I don't believe we need furnishings as yet. At some point, they are going to need furnishings. They're going to need dishes and silverware and glassware and all of those things that make up family living. But for right now, they need clothing. Right now, they need pet food. They need children's food. They need toiletries. They need toys. Samantha, tell us about the extent of your list. I just briefly touched on it.
So any like non-perishable foods, especially for the kids. The kids do go to school right now. They're ages 6 and 9 years old, so they're in the grade school area. Any pet supplies, toys, food, snacks, bedding, anything your own pet would use. Girls' clothes. The donation flyer has the sizes for them. The boys' clothes, the sizes, toiletries, what you would use in your own bathroom, and then toys and activities just to keep them busy, especially now that they're living in someone else's house. Just to kind of keep them occupied.
Let's tell people now what sizes are needed.
Okay, so for the girl, she's a size small top and 7 pants, and 12 and 13 size shoes. And for the boys, a youth size for the top, and size 10 for pants, and a size 5 in shoes.
And do they need jackets also?
Maybe it's getting of
Right.
course, and especially right now temperature is still up and down, so most likely for the adults we haven't got anything yet for them. I gave them my number, I briefly spoke with them, but right now their main concern is the children and making sure they're set, especially for school since tomorrow's Monday and they go back tomorrow.
Sure. Oh my gosh.
So
What about shoes?
for right now for the kids it's for the girl 12 and 13 size shoes, and for the boys size 5.
Sneakers?
Yeah, the guy
Okay.
they need it for gym classes.
Okay.
Honestly any kind of shoes because they're going to need it now since they have nothing. So
God, we take this for granted, Franklin, that we go into our closets every day and everything that we need is there. And if it's not there, we can slowly furnish it. We can add it in. But when you are devastated down to nothing, and you have someone like Samantha who takes it upon herself to have a gigantic heart for this, it's just such a wonderful thing that you're doing. that she has also offered her family's place of business as a donation spot. So tell us more about that.
So since obviously we're gonna have a lot of donations coming in from all sorts of places, even Franklin, Southbound, and I posted on a bunch of those mom groups on Facebook. Right now, the Millstone Service Center, we can take donations in here, just drop them off. If you swing by, and friends and family, or I know they're. I came home today. I was gone for 2 hours, and there was stuff all over my porch. I had toys, tons of clothing and books and all sorts of things. So I got to drop that off this week to them.
Okay. And are there things that at one point you may have too many of something and not enough of something else?
Yeah.
So that we will be working with Samantha to update this so that you're aware of not bringing something that they have 20 of, but they really do need X. I imagine puppy leads and
Yes,
leads and
leashes
collars and
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're gonna start needing that, especially I saw the little Dutch Hound today, the little winter dog, and he was all happy as can be, but it's upsetting that he doesn't have a house anymore.
Oh.
So I'm gonna ask them if they need crates, dog crates, because since I believe one of them's a little puppy, a younger dog,
Mhm.
so I believe that he might need a crate. So I'll find out and everything about
Mhm.
that soon.
Okay. Well, that's again, I'm already mentally going through what do I have that this could work for this,
Mhm.
and I may have a couple of animal
Yeah.
things because we don't crate except for transport.
Yeah.
But if there's an animal who's afraid because of many
Yeah.
times it's not confinement, it's shelter. So we want to consider the animals involved in this too. But it's a great sign that this one is happy.
Oh yes, he was happy.
Happy.
Jumping all over me. He was very excited. So.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, because you feel safe.
Yeah, he was the one they thought, unfortunately, he passed in the fire. But when the firemen were clearing everything out, by the time they got everything put out, he ran out from underneath the shed, I believe, or they found him under the shed.
Unbelievable.
And he was, he apparently came in the house of the neighbors and was like nothing happened.
God. Wow. Franklin, this is a story where we dig deep, also in our own hearts. We were there. We saw the smoke. We were enveloped in the smoke. We were in awe of the 10 fire companies who thought nothing of going on extension ladders with gigantic hoses to put the flames out. So the rest of the homes would not be affected by this. It was an extraordinary act of courage, which they will likely say this is what we do every day, and it's what they're trained to do. Nonetheless, training to do and supposed to do, they do. And it was so evident on this past weekend on Friday night. So we thank Samantha for this extraordinary effort. We certainly thank all the fire companies involved in what they had done to do what they did to quell and to make sure that this did not become even greater a loss than it already had been. So, Samantha, is there a phone number or a website address that people can contact you?
I can give. I have my email that anyone can email. It's s.hanlon008@gmail.com. Emails about questions about what they're still needing, or if you think of something, email me. I'll see my emails. I look at my emails every day. So anything you got, if there's something I don't think of or they don't think of and you think of, it'd be greatly appreciated.
And please furnish the Franklin Reporter with updated lists, and we'll put them not only on our Facebook page, we'll put it on our website so that people are able to monitor on a daily basis what the updates are. Because we don't want to have too much of one thing, and then they need milk. So, yeah, that's the other thing. What about groceries?
Right now, we're looking for non-perishables, so something that can just simply, I know the neighbor. I'm friends with the neighbor that's helping shelter them, and right now she's working on that. They have their kitchen and everything, so they're working on that with the grocery stores. But right now I think they're really worried about the kids and just making sure they're okay and all of that.
Well, food's okay.
Yes,
Food
it's
is
very good.
yes.
Very good with food.
Yes, we need that. And we saw Derek Smith today, the executive director of the Franklin Food Bank. And of course, at the Tour de Franklin, which was designed in their 50th anniversary to raise funds for the food bank. But food is food, need is need. And Derek Smith has said that if anything is required of the Franklin Food Bank, they're in. So we don't know to what extent that's going to be, but as the word spreads, there is more in Franklin that's who is going to be involved in this effort. So Samantha, this is amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. And Samantha was sweet enough to bring me a bouquet of beautiful tulips. Oh my God, of different colors, just so pretty. So anything else you want to add?
Not at the moment, but I will keep the Franklin Reporter and Advocate updated with the list, and I'm hoping it'll be a weekly update. I'm hoping the family will reach out, or if I see them, at the house or everything outside, I'll talk to them and see anything what they need. I'll bring stuff over for them so I can get out of my house soon, give to them because they're the ones who need it. So
Do you need help in transporting things? Because you said you were already inundated with tons of things.
as of right now, no, because I have a SUV, so I can kind of put everything in there. I do have a place to eventually store when it gets to be too much for my house. And I'm gonna organize everything. I'm gonna go get bins just so everything's neatly and label everything. So
Okay. And again, Franklin, we didn't tell you, but Samantha's a brand new dispatcher at the Franklin Police Department.
yes, yes.
So Samantha's watching out for us on many, many levels. We thank you so much for your big heart and your effort and all of the things that you've achieved so far. So thank you, Samantha. And this is PJ Parker, Franklin Reporter and Advocate.